Hi, I'm Ashley Hunsinger, and this is my Unit 6 video discussion for course PM692, Evaluating the Components of Stakeholder Management. What is stakeholder management? Stakeholder management is the identification of stakeholders, analysis of their requirements, expectations, and level of interest, influence, and authority. Then stakeholder management involves developing strategies to engage and work with each stakeholder while executing the project scope. This involves communication, managing expectations, and monitoring engagement. Why is stakeholder management important? Since stakeholders hold the power to impact the output of the project positively and negatively, it's imperative to know your project stakeholders and how to effectively communicate and engage with them. Stakeholder management establishes relationships with stakeholders while detailing how the relationship is maintained to ensure objectives are continuously met throughout the project duration. What are the major components of the stakeholder management plan? There are 4 major components. They are identifying project stakeholders, planning stakeholder engagement, which involves conducting qualitative and quantitative analysis of each stakeholder and developing effective means of interaction with each, managing stakeholder engagement, and monitoring stakeholder engagement. What is stakeholder theory? Stakeholder theory is a term that's utilized for a genre of theories that help project managers understand the relationship between projects and their stakeholders. Stakeholder theory also assists with determining the correlation between performance outcomes and stakeholder relationships. How has stakeholder management changed? First and foremost, the acknowledgement of stakeholder management as a contributing factor to project success is gaining ever-increasing popularity. Additionally, stakeholder management has evolved to revolve around what stakeholders find important to include sustainability and corporate responsibility. Finally, stakeholder management has become a staple in ensuring conducive risk management plans. How do organizations perform successful stakeholder management? Successful stakeholder management occurs when there's a balance within the organization's people, processes, and technology. The processes must be well defined, and there must be technology available to support the processes with personnel available to execute them. By balancing these 3 components, organizations are able to perform successful stakeholder management. How do you get stakeholders on your side? By building a nourishing relationship, you're able to get stakeholders on your side. Stakeholders will side with project managers who are credible and trustworthy while achieving results. The only way for stakeholders to know this of their project managers is if the project managers take the time to build and nurture relationships with their stakeholders. Finally, what is the best way to deliver bad news to stakeholders? Ideally, if a project manager has been implementing their stakeholder management plan, then stakeholders would already be aware of the possibility for bad news when the events arise, which would lessen the severity of receiving the bad news. With this being said, when discussing bad news, project managers should be direct and to the point when delivering the bad news, and then they should pause and gauge the reaction of the stakeholder to determine how to proceed with the discussion. Sometimes stakeholders need additional information, and some only care to hear resolutions, etc. And this concludes my Unit 6 video discussion for course PM692. Thank you.